You're listening to Elite Media Network's coverage of NCAA basketball. Game coverage begins in 30 seconds. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. This is Elite Media Network coverage of NCAA basketball.
Pettiford just gave it right up. 3 on 2. Isaacs for 3. Got it! A&M has the lead for the first time since 6:43 to go in the first half. Up top, Fleming all the way. Rejected. I need an absolute swat.
From Cameron Indoor Stadium in Durham, North Carolina, it's an ACC showdown between the Syracuse Orange and the Duke Blue Devils.
Comes in for the win. Good if it goes. Got it! He got it! Unreal! Wow, Mississippi State. Great extra pass leads to the two-hand flush for Ballard. A beautiful opening possession.
Now, here's Mike Morgan and Paul Biancardi.
Welcome into Cameron Indoor Stadium on the campus of Duke University here on a Monday night ACC battle. It's the number 3 Duke Blue Devils coming in at 23-2 overall, 12-1 in the ACC, taking on the Syracuse Orange, winners of their last 2 ball games, 6-7 now in league play, 15-11 overall. Good evening, I'm Mike Morgan alongside Paul Biancardi. Our engineer is Lyle Gordon. Our studio host is Brian Dancel. He'll keep you up to speed on everything going on around the country in the sport of college basketball. What's been going on here locally, Paul? It looks like the Duke Blue Devils have another team that has a chance to make a Final Four run. They are loaded top to bottom, and they've got one of the best players in America in Cameron Boozer.
Mike, the freshman is outstanding. He's the focal point of the offense. He's the heartbeat of the team. He's the reason why they're such a good passing team. But it's not just Cameron Boozer alone. Isaiah Evans is a big part of the offense, and the other players fill in around those two guys. Those two guys keep Duke relevant on the offensive end, especially when things start to bog down a little bit. But they definitely need a Patrick Ongba inside. He's been the difference maker in my mind as an X factor. Without his size, they don't dominate the paint.
And they dominate the paint in a big way, including plus 9.8 on the glass. That is the accused here for Syracuse in a lot of ways. They are -2 on the glass in terms of rebound margin. They do have some scoring punch, though, Paul, and lately it's guys like Freeman, Starling, Cruz, and yes, Kyan Anthony, the son of one Carmelo Anthony, who have shown that they can put points on the board and make Syracuse a dangerous team.
Donnie Freeman was a big-time recruit out of high school, but he's the type of player who gets better over the course of time. Syracuse is 5-2 when he scores 20 or more, so keep an eye on that. J.J. Starling, the veteran, has transferred multiple times. Guy who really scores the ball, controls the backcourt. I think Starling and Freeman are that 1-2 punch that Syracuse needs, especially to fight the crowd here at Cameron Indoor Stadium. You have to score with pace to keep the crowd under control. Not sure you can ever do that here. But those two guys are key. Also, keep an eye on Nathan George, a great assist maker. And the three-point shooter is Nate Kings for Syracuse. He's the guy who can knock it down from deep. Donnie Freeman is mostly inside the arc.
Yeah, Kings 41% from downtown. Nathan George, he's really the engine for this team. The transfer from Georgia Tech, one of the top assist men in the Atlantic Coast Conference. Should be a lot of fun. It's Syracuse and Duke, two teams very familiar with one another. Formerly of the Big East, Syracuse now entrenched in the ACC. Duke, once again, a favorite to go very far in the month of March, 23-2, 12-1 in the ACC. Much more coming up Here from Cameron Indoor, and our studio host, Brian Dancel, will get you up to speed on everything going on. And also, we'll hear from both coaches in this terrific matchup. Duke and Syracuse, Elite Media Network. You're with Brian Dancel, and we come back on the Elite Media Network.
Palm Casual Patio Furniture is ready to give the outdoor game day viewing space at your home the attention it needs. We are the factory. In business since 1979, our 30-day trial period assures customers they are getting the guarantees they deserve. Find us across the Southeast in Florida, Georgia, and the Carolinas, and be sure to visit palmcasual.com for our full catalog and to contact a store near you. Palm Casual Patio Furniture. palmcasual.com.
I love watching my child grow through football, learning values and life skills that extend beyond the playing field. Now, there are more ways to play than ever before, from flag to tackle and beyond, with opportunities for boys and girls at any age. To find the right team, explore futureforfootball.com's new league locator tool and explore nearby leagues. It's never been easier to get your family involved in the game.
Are you looking to make an indelible impression on your guests with an extraordinary dining experience? Then choose Chef William Turner, whose culinary mastery and unique style will take your taste buds on a journey through Southern country roots, West African, native, and French cuisine. Make your mouth water. Visit chefwilliamturner.com. chefwilliamturner.com, a nationally recognized traveling chef. Chef William Turner, not just great, extraordinary.
The best games, the best teams, the best coverage. That's what Elite Media Network is all about. Join us for our college basketball game of the week. No matter where you are, we are there. Heard crystal clear on Elite Media Network stations and on iHeartRadio and TuneIn apps, as well as our website, EliteMediaNetwork.com. Game on. Welcome to the Elite Media Network pregame show. From the Elite Media Network studios, here's Brian Dancel.
Happy President's Day wherever you may be celebrating. Our game tonight between the Syracuse Orange and the number 3 Duke Blue Devils here on Elite Media Network. Good evening, everyone. I'm your host, Brian Dancel, coming to you from Cameron Indoor Stadium. Tonight's game, the Syracuse Orange at 15-11 overall and 6-7 in ACC conference play. Duke Blue Devils coming in at 23-2 and 12-1 in ACC play. If you can remember, a couple of weekends ago, Duke took a loss at their foe at Chapel Hill against North Carolina. Syracuse travels to number 4 Duke to looking to stop its 4-game road slide, but are on a 2-game win streak with wins against Cal and SMU. Here's head coach Adrian Autry talking about those 2 wins.
The fight that these guys have these last 2 games and, just the fight that they've shown, I'm just so proud of these guys. And like we talk about it, we felt like this was a NCAA tournament opportunity for us. SMU is a damn good team, and, we had a chance to play them on our home court, and, I thought we didn't want to lose that opportunity, and I thought our guys just showed so much hard fight to get back in and get back into the game and made the stops when we needed to make the stops. I thought, when we moved the ball better, we got really good shots at the end. We did all the things that we needed to do to pull that victory out.
In that victory against SMU last Saturday, they got a huge second-half surge from true freshman guard Kyan Anthony. That last name may sound familiar. He's the son of NBA star and 2003 national champion Carmelo Anthony. Here's Coach Autry on what he saw in his game.
I thought Kyan really gave us a huge boost. He came in, and I thought offensively he gave us a boost, but defensively I thought he did a good job, especially when we went to zone. SMU is a very good offensive team, and Boopy is a lot to handle. And we went to zone to try to slow those guys down. I thought he did a good job of that. But, offensively, he made some big shots, some big drives, finished plays, and he played with the intensity and that you need to play with. So I was just happy for him. Again, another example of this team and one particular person just still fighting, right, and staying with it, going through that and just staying ready. So I give credit to him.
For Coach Autry, here is his probable starters for this evening. At 1 forward, Donnie Freeman, 6'9" sophomore out of Washington, D.C. He leads the team in scoring at 17.6 points per game. At the other forward, Nate Kings, a 6'5" redshirt senior from Salem, Oregon. At center, William Kyle III, 6'9" senior from Bellevue, Nebraska. He leads the team with 7 rebounds per game. At one guard, J.J. Starling, 6'4" out of Baldwinsville, New York, shooting 44% and averaging 12 points this season. And at the other guard, Nate George, 6'3" out of Toronto, Canada. In the month of February, in 4 games, he's got 16 points per game and averaging 36 minutes on the floor. When we come back, we'll hear from Duke coach John Shire and take a look at the Duke Blue Devils. You're listening to NCAA basketball on Elite Media Network.
I love watching my child grow through football, learning values and life skills that extend beyond the playing field. Now, there are more ways to play than ever before, from flag to tackle and beyond, with opportunities for boys and girls at any age. To find the right team, explore FutureForFootball.com's new league locator tool and explore nearby leagues. It's never been easier to get your family involved in the game.
Hey guys, it's Brandon Jameson with Nest Wild Mattress in Tupelo, Mississippi. Look, we get it. Mattress shopping is the worst. It's really confusing. There's a lot of options, and it's really hard to know what you're getting and what you need. That's why at Nest Wild, we only offer 2 options. So one thing that's common between both is they both ship quickly to your doorstep. They're 100% made in the USA. They're safe, fiberglass free, and you have a 99-night trial. This is a sleepy-in bed, perfect for back and side sleepers. It's more of a medium leaning flush. It's great for shoulder, hip pains, more conforming.
The original foam is a bed that you sleep on. It's a medium, leans to firm. It's the universal bed. Stomach sleeper, back sleeper, side sleeper, works for you all. Lower back pain, hip issues. This bed's going to help give that extra push. Make sure you're not hammocking, sinking down.
So guys, hope that helped break it down and make it even more simple for you. Remember, you're not going to beat the quality. You're not going to beat the price. Come shop with us at nestandwild.com.
Yeah, what he said.
The best games, the best teams, the best coverage. That's what Elite Media Network is all about. Join us for our college basketball game of the week. No matter where you are, we are there. Heard crystal clear on Elite Media Network stations and on iHeartRadio and TuneIn apps, as well as our website, EliteMediaNetwork.com. Game on.
Welcome back into the Elite Media Network studios. I am your pregame host, Brian Dancel. Let's take a look at the 23-2 Duke Blue Devils, who come in number 3 in the country. Well, the Blue Devils have lost just 2 games this season by a combined 4 points and stand alone atop the ACC standings at 12-1. Duke brings in an offense that scores 82 points per game while holding opponents to just 63 points per game, which is the 3rd best mark in the nation. The Blue Devils are 12-0 at home at Cameron Indoor Stadium and score 82 points per game at home, outscoring their opponents by an average of 19 points per game. 3 of the last 6 games on the Duke schedule are against ranked teams, including this Saturday against number 1 Michigan as they take them on in Washington, D.C. At the very end of the season, they look to avenge their loss to North Carolina a couple of weeks ago as they will take on North Carolina at Cameron Indoor. Now, Duke averages about 8.8 made three-pointers per game, while Syracuse averages only 7 three-pointers per game this season. And the Devils have won 29 straight home games, including 16 straight conference opponents. John Shire, under his watch, the Devils are 60-3. That's a 95% win clip at home. Here's John Shire on his team getting double-digit leads this season, and if that may be a potential for his team to become complacent.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think this team, it's about complacency. You know, I don't think that's what it is. I mean, you have to have the fact that we've gone up double digits in most of these games. You don't do that by being, complacent or that's not what they do at all. I think our guys, good teams make runs and they put pressure on you. I think that's a matter of what naturally happens. And so for us, it's learning just what special teams do, of just how to sustain those leads. And Clemson, look, I've coached 3 games against Clemson as the head coach. Every game has gone down to the wire. And so I think it also shows the respect we have for them, where we understood that middle of the second half, how important that time was.
Let's take a look at Coach Shire's probable starters for this evening for the Blue Devils. At one forward, Dame Sarr, 6'8" freshman out of Italy. At the other forward, Cameron Boozer, 6'9" true freshman out of Miami, Florida. He's the nation's 5th leading scorer at 22.8 points per game. At center, Patrick Gungba, 6'11" sophomore out of Manassas, Virginia. He shoots 60% from the field. At the other guard, Caleb Foster, 6'5" junior out of Harrisburg, North Carolina. He's the longest tenured Blue Devil at 90 games played with 46 starts. At the other guard, Isaiah Evans, 6'6" sophomore out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. He's averaging 14 points per game from three-point land. Now, when we come back, we go back to the court with our color analyst, Paul Biancardi, for his keys to the game. You're listening to Elite Media Network, your home for NCAA basketball.
Hey guys, this is Brandon Jameson with Nest Wild Mattress in Tupelo, Mississippi. Look, we get it. Mattress shopping is the worst. It's really confusing. There's a lot of options, and it's really hard to know what you're getting and what you need. That's why at Nest Wild, we only offer 2 options. So one thing that's common between both is they both ship quickly to your doorstep. They're 100% made in the USA. They're safe, fiberglass free, and you have a 99 night trunk. This is a sleep-in bed, perfect for back and side sleepers. It's more of a medium leaning flush. It's great for shoulder, hip pains, more conforming.
The original foam is a bed that you sleep on. It's a medium, leans to firm. It's the universal bed. Stomach sleeper, back sleeper, side sleeper, works for you all. Lower back pain, hip issues. This bed's going to help give that extra push. Make sure you're not hammocking, sinking down.
So guys, hope that helped break it down and make it even more simple for you. Remember, you're not going to beat the quality. You're not going to beat the price. Come shop with us at nestandwild.com.
Yeah, what he said.
Stay up to date with Elite Media Network by following us on Instagram. In-game highlights, previews, updated news from college football, behind-the-scenes photos, and more. Follow us at Elite Media Sports.
I love watching my child grow through football, learning values and life skills that extend beyond the playing field. Now, there are more ways to play than ever before, from flag to tackle and beyond, with opportunities for boys and girls at any age. To find the right team, explore FutureForFootball.com's new league locator tool and explore nearby leagues. It's never been easier to get your family involved in the game.
Stay up to date with Elite Media Network by following us on X, the app formerly known as Twitter. In-game highlights, direct links to live games, behind-the-scenes photos, and more. Follow at Elite Media Sport.
Welcome back into the Elite Media Network pregame show. I am your host, Brian Dancel. We are now 13 minutes away from tip-off between the Duke Blue Devils and the Syracuse Orange. For this segment, we'd like to bring in our color analyst on tonight's broadcast, Mr. Paul Biancardi. Paul, good evening.
What do you say, Brian?
Great. How are you?
Excited as can be for this ACC matchup. Syracuse
now,
coming
Paul,
in on a 2-game win streak, and Duke has not lost here at home.
Right. Now, Paul, Syracuse comes in a little hot here on a 2-game win streak. What are they going to need to do tonight to get by Duke to extend themselves to 3?
Well, Brian, first of all, they have to do a lot of things right and play their A-plus game. But the two biggest keys for me in this game, number one is shot selection. Their shot quality has to be on point. It's the quickest way to get beat if you take bad shots, especially on the road. That's going to be crucial. So I'll be looking at their shot attempts and their shot quality. Number two, they have to protect the paint. The Syracuse is the worst team in the ACC in giving up paint points. They give up 34.5 paint points per game. That number has to be somewhere in the low 20s for Syracuse to have a shot tonight.
Now, Paul, Duke comes into this game 23-2, and obviously with a very large game looming over against Michigan this coming weekend. What do they need to do tonight to get the victory over Syracuse?
Well, Duke wins with their defense. They have great positional size all across all positions. They got excellent length. They put really good pressure on the ball, and they're a great rebounding team. They only give up 64 points per game. By the metrics, they are the best defensive team in the country in terms of top 5 metrics. So that's number one. They're going to defend Syracuse. That's going to be the biggest key. They have to come out and make a statement early. Second thing is force turnovers. They force a good percentage of turnovers. If they do that, they can run in conversion. Duke's an excellent passing team. So for Duke, play their staunch defense, force turnovers, and then go into conversion.
Duke coming into this game only relinquishing 63 points per game to opponents. That has them 3rd in the country. Paul, we look forward to your call with Mike tonight.
All right, Brian. Thank you very much.
After a quick timeout, we'll take a look around the country and a couple of news and notes already in progress of games. This is NCAA basketball on Elite Media Network.
Are you looking to make an indelible impression on your guests with an extraordinary dining experience? Then choose Chef William Turner, whose culinary mastery and unique style will take your taste buds on a journey through Southern country roots, West African, native, and French cuisine. Make your mouth water. Visit ChefWilliamTurner.com. ChefWilliamTurner.com, a nationally recognized traveling chef. Chef William Turner, not just great, extraordinary.
Hey guys, it's Brandon Jameson with Nest Wild Mattress in Tupelo, Mississippi. Look, we get it. Mattress shopping is the worst. It's really confusing. There's a lot of options, and it's really hard to know what you're getting and what you need. That's why at Nest Wild, we only offer 2 options. So one thing that's common between both is they both ship quickly to your doorstep. They're 100% made in the USA. They're safe, fiberglass free, and you have a 99-night trial. This is a sleepy in bed, perfect for back and side sleepers. It's more of a medium leaning flush. It's great for shoulder, hip pains, more conforming.
The original foam is a bed that you sleep on. It's a medium, leans to firm. It's the universal bed. Stomach sleeper, back sleeper, side sleeper, works for you all. Lower back pain, hip issues. This bed's going to help give that extra push. Make sure you're not hammocking, sinking down.
So guys, hope that helped break it down and make it even more simple for you. Remember, you're not going to beat the quality. You're not going to beat the price. Come shop with us at nestandwild.com.
Yeah, what he said.
The best games, the best teams, the best coverage. That's what Elite Media Network is all about. Join us for our college basketball game of the week. No matter where you are, we are there. Heard crystal clear on Elite Media Network stations and on iHeartRadio and TuneIn apps, as well as our website, EliteMediaNetwork.com. Game on.
Welcome back into the Elite Media Network pregame show. I'm your host, Brian Dancel. Let's take a look at a couple of news and notes around the NCAA basketball world. For the first time since 2013, Michigan is the new number one atop the AP poll. They come in at number one, and right behind them, Houston. Tonight's contestant in this game against Syracuse, Duke, comes in at 3. Previously unbeaten Arizona, who lost 2 games last week, once at Kansas and then at home to Texas Tech on Saturday, they dropped down to the 4 spot, again coming in at 23-2. And rounding up the top 5, UConn. One of those notes that I definitely wanted to talk about, in the Big 12, Kansas State has fired their head coach, Jerome Tang. He was 71-57 leading the Wildcats. He led Kansas State to an Elite 8 appearance in his first season on the job. In terms of the top 25 tonight, one other game that will tip off right after our game is over. Number 2, Houston, is in Ames, Iowa, to take on number 6, Iowa State. While we have a second here, let's go ahead and allow our stations to go ahead and identify themselves. You're listening to NCAA Basketball on Elite Media Network. Welcome back to the Elite Media Network pregame show. I am your host, Brian Dancel. Taking a look at a number of games that are happening tomorrow. Number 1, Michigan takes on number 7, Purdue. In the ACC, number 16, North Carolina is at NC State. And in the Big 10, number 9, Nebraska is at Ohio State. Coming up for you next, we have Syracuse at Duke coming to you from Cameron Indoor Stadium. On the call, Mike Morgan and Paul Biancardi. Tip-off is coming up next. You're listening to Elite Media Network, your home for NCAA basketball.
Palm Casual Patio Furniture is ready to give the outdoor game day viewing space at your home the attention it needs. We are the factory. In business since 1979, our 30-day trial period assures customers they are getting the guarantees they deserve. Find us across the Southeast in Florida, Georgia, and the Carolinas, and be sure to visit palmcasual.com for our full catalog and to contact a store near you. Palm Casual Patio Furniture. palmcasual.com.
I love watching my child grow through football, learning values and life skills that extend beyond the playing field. Now, there are more ways to play than ever before, from flag to tackle and beyond, with opportunities for boys and girls at any age. To find the right team, explore FutureForFootball.com's new league locator tool and explore nearby leagues. It's never been easier to get your family involved in the game.
Are you looking to make an indelible impression on your guests with an extraordinary dining experience? Then choose Chef William Turner, whose culinary mastery and unique style will take your taste buds on a journey through Southern country roots, West African, native, and French cuisine. Make your mouth water. Visit ChefWilliamTurner.com. ChefWilliamTurner.com, a nationally recognized traveling chef. Chef William Turner, not just great, extraordinary.
The best games, the best teams, the best coverage. That's what Elite Media Network is all about. Join us for our college basketball game of the week. No matter where you are, we are there. Heard crystal clear on Elite Media Network stations and on iHeartRadio and TuneIn apps, as well as our website, EliteMediaNetwork.com. Game on.
Back with you at Cameron Indoor Stadium here on a Monday night in Durham, North Carolina. Welcome to Tobacco Road, and welcome to another great matchup here on Elite Media Network. I am Mike Morgan alongside the coach, Paul Biancardi, who, when he's not breaking down film of college players, does a lot of work on ESPN with the ESPN Top 100. And, Paul, you and I were talking before we went on air. A lot of players that you were scouting back in the day and putting on that big board.
There's a lot of talent in this game, Mike. I mean, you're looking at NBA draft picks, high lottery picks, guys who will be in the NBA someday. When you look at both rosters, you're looking at 10 players that were in the ESPN SportsCenter Next 100 out of 500,000 players playing high school basketball. When you make that list, you're doing pretty well.
Doing pretty well indeed, and obviously Duke has been doing very well. 23-2 overall, 12-1 in the ACC. The only loss was on a last-second comeback by the Tar Heels. That, of course, was in the Dean Dome. Maybe that gives them a little bit of extra motivation as if they needed it, but they've really dominated this conference the last 2 years. They made it to the Final Four last year and trying to make it back this year. Syracuse, of course, great tradition as well. In fact, see Carmelo Anthony's in the house. Carmelo, part of that 2003 national championship team for Syracuse. His son, Kyan Anthony, will certainly be a factor in this ball game, but really, as Paul mentioned, it all starts with Freeman, Starling, and Kings offensively, and then Nathan George, just a terrific distributor. Players on the floor, Duke in the home white uni, Syracuse in the familiar road orange. It'll be the All-American candidate and Player of the Year candidate, Cameron Boozer, leading Duke. 21, Patrick Gungba will jump center for the Blue Devils on the Duke logo at center court, going up against William Kyle, the 6'9 senior. Duke will be going left to right, Syracuse to our left. A premature jump by Kyle, and now they get it up there, and Kyle wins the tip, and the Orange will have it first. We are underway here in Durham.
Mike, when you play in this environment, the first 4 minutes are crucial. Duke tries to knock you out. They got the home crowd advantage. It's hard to hear each other in this game, so you have to come out with composure.
One of the best home courts in college basketball. Alley-oop on the opening possession. That is William Kyle on the lay-in.
And Syracuse shoots close to 70% this season at the rim.
Duke can score at really all three levels. Ball goes up top. Gungba finds the cutter, and driving in and drawing the foul is Isaiah Evans, the 6'6 sophomore out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, who's really been playing some great basketball of late.
Well, Duke is determined to score in the paint, and it's not just post-ups. It's cuts, it's drives to the basket. Syracuse, not a very good defensive team, but they are an excellent shot-blocking team.
Evans, second best free throw shooter in the ACC at 89%. Number 3 in white, lines it up and hits the left side of the rim and misses. So the announcer jinx in full effect early on here at Cameron Indoor. John Shire, the head coach for the Blue Devils. What a job he has done through his first 4 years as the second free throw splashes. Adrian Autry, the former All-American at Syracuse. He's the coach for Syracuse. So 2 former players representing their teams.
Had a chance to coach against Red Autry when he played at Syracuse, and we know how great of a player John Shire was.
Syracuse going to our left, ball up top into the hands of George. George weaves it over to Starling. Starling circles up top, probes the right side, throws up a runner, and it kicks off the rim, no good. The rebound to Duke. Gliding into front court is Sarr. Sarr takes it in, stops at the left block, nothing there. Will go back out into the hands of Caleb Foster, their veteran point guard. Up top, Boozer. Cameron Boozer, number 12 in left. In white, he does it all. Gets it on the left side. Stops left of the lane. Throws it up top. Shot clock down to 8. Here comes Foster going downhill. Left side. Foster driving in the trees. Throws it up off the glass. No good. And there to clean it up on the other side is Cameron Boozer. 5th leading scorer in the country and also averages 9.9 rebounds a game. Duke leads it 3-2.
And that's where Duke and Boozer are so good on the offensive glass.
3-ball left corner, J.J. Starling. He only shoots 27% in conference play. I know you're really high on that young man.
Came out, went to Notre Dame. Now he's got a little more polish to his game. He's a little bit more confident in himself. They're going to need composure and shot making from Starling tonight.
Duke with the basketball, trailing at 5-3, 2 minutes into the action. Boozer kills a dribble up top, feeds the post down low. It's Gungba. Gungba puts it on the deck once, throws it at the rim. No, gets his own rebound, right block, and then kicks it back out to Sarr. Sarr weaving his way into the lane. Sarr hangs, fires, and lays it in right at the rack, and we're tied at 5.
Duke wants to go inside as much as possible. And if you're Syracuse, you want to take that paint away. That is going to be crucial in this game.
It's been Syracuse's soft underbelly on defense all year long. Stop and pop, 16-footer off the mark for Starling, and the rebound to Duke into the hands of Caleb Foster, who glides into front court. Right side, killer crossover, takes it in the lane, drive and kick, sets up the open three in the corner, dribble, and then Isaiah Evans pulls the trigger, missed it, but another offensive rebound. Foster tracks it down along the baseline. Boozer between the rings, 12 on the shot clock. Boozer puts it on the deck once, then bounce pass right wing to Gungba. Gungba muscling his way inside. Gungba spins, fires, and gets it down low. Not much resistance there by Syracuse, including William Kyle. Duke leading at 7-5, just under 17 minutes left to go first half.
Syracuse have to make a decision if they're going to double or not.
Starling goes outside right to George. George back up top. Shot clock down to 8. Syracuse just living along the perimeter. Now finally a drive and kick into the left corner. Open three on the way. Off the mark. A great look for Kings. He's their best three-point shooter at 41%.
They're getting good looks, and their shot quality early has been terrific. That's why it's only a 2-point game. They're allowed to get back.
Duke up 7-5. Strong drive, hanging, firing, and missing it. Isaiah Evans. Evans, the second leading scorer, averaging 14.5 points per game. Syracuse with the basketball, going to our left. Ball worked around the perimeter. George, the starting point guard, former Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket. Probing in the lane, fires, double pump, hits the back iron, no good. Long rebound out to Foster. Here comes Duke. Duke in transition. Foster gets it back right wing, nothing there. And they go back up top on a reset to Gungba. Gungba hands it off to Evans. Evans, scissor dribble, as stops left elbow, spins, nothing there. Goes left wing, shot clock down to 10 now. Foster on the perimeter, driving right side, weaving his way in, up and under move. Rejected by one of the top shot blockers in the country. That's William Kyle. That's his 68th block of the year. Syracuse in transition, down low, drive and kick, goes up top. Straightaway three on the way. Too strong out of the hand of Freeman. Long rebound to Syracuse and a reset. Duke on top 7-5. We're in a break zone. 15 minutes, 10 seconds to go, first half.
Excellent offensive attack so far by Syracuse. They just need to convert.
Starling goes up top to Freeman. Freeman just inside the circle, sinks the shot from 17 feet, and we're tied at 7.
They'd love to put him right in the middle of the floor, right by the nail. He is a master from the mid-range, Donnie Freeman.
A 6'4 senior out of Baldwinsville, New York. Duke in a tie game with the basketball. They go low left. Backing in is Gungba. Gungba rejected again. Kyle with block number 69 on the year. Here comes Cuse in transition. Two-hand slam. Nate Kings and the Orange back on top 9-7.
That's what Syracuse does on the defensive end. They block shots better than anyone else. 2 blocks lead to transition points.
They average 6.5 blocks per game. Ball knocked out of bounds. It'll be Duke basketball when we return. Exciting opening stanza here at Cameron Indoor. Syracuse leading third-ranked Duke 9-7 our score. It's NCAA basketball on Elite Media Network.
Palm Casual Patio Furniture is ready to give the outdoor game day viewing space at your home the attention it needs. We are the factory.
Syracuse
in business since 1979. Our 30-day trial
decide how they're
period
going to get
assures
beat in the paint,
they are getting
or they're
the
going to double the paint,
guarantees
get
they
beat
deserve.
from 3.
I would double
Find us
the paint.
Southeast in Florida, Georgia, and the Carolinas, and be sure to visit palmcasual.com for our full catalog and to contact a store near you. Palm Casual Patio Furniture. Palmcasual.com.
The game Syracuse has a great game plan. Can they execute?
Learning values and life skills that extend beyond the playing field. Now, there are more ways to play than ever before, from flag to tackle and beyond, with opportunities for boys and girls at any age. To find the right team, explore FutureForFootball.com's new League Locator tool. and explore nearby leagues. It's never been easier to get your family involved in the game.
Are you looking to make an indelible impression on your guests with an extraordinary dining experience? Then choose Chef William Turner, whose culinary mastery and unique style will take your taste buds on a journey through Southern country roots, West African, native, and French cuisine. Make your mouth water. Visit ChefWilliamTurner.com. ChefWilliamTurner.com, a nationally recognized traveling chef. Chef William Turner, not just great, extraordinary.
The best games, the best teams, the best coverage. That's what Elite Media Network is all about. Join us for our college basketball game of the week. No matter where you are, we are there. Heard crystal clear on Elite Media Network stations and on iHeartRadio and TuneIn apps, as well as our website, EliteMediaNetwork.com. Game on.
Mike Morgan, Paul Biancardi back with you here at Cameron Indoor Arena. 9-7 Syracuse in the lead over the Duke Blue Devils, who come in at 23-2 overall, 12-1 in the ACC. They've won 29 consecutive games here on the home floor. And Paul, talking some strategy, sometimes you have to pick your poison when you're a little bit overmatched. Syracuse is going to have to do that here.
If you're Syracuse, you have to decide how you're going to cover Cameron Boozer and how you're going to protect the paint. If you double Boozer and protect the paint, you're going to give up some three-point shots. I think that's the way you have to play against Duke. If not, they're going to get 40-plus points in the paint, and then you'll have no chance whatsoever.
Cameron Indoor Stadium seats 9,314. It is packed to the gills, as it always is. Students camped out in tents the early hours of the day, waiting for this 7 o'clock tip and trying to root their Blue Devils onto the 30th consecutive home win, a 13-1 start in conference play if they can win. They trail at 9-7. Duke with the basketball, front court. Going to our right, ball comes into Boozer. Boozer, high post, throws it high off the backboard, missed it, tapped around, and Syracuse clears. A little bit of a force that time by Boozer, who only has 2 points in the early going.
Boozer sometimes can struggle against length, and Kyle is a long, athletic shot blocker.
George drifting from the left now to the center of the court, finally gives it off, stepping into a three straight on, and a brick fired up by Starling. That ball was 6 inches to the right of the rim. Duke basketball. Couple of subs in for the Duke Blue Devils, including number 14, that's Hamenya, Nicholas Hamenya, the 6'8 freshman. They work it around the horn, up top, into the hands of Boozer. Boozer driving left, plows into the defender, throws it up at the rim, and it spins out, gets his own rebound, shot up and good with the left hand. Cameron Boozer doing Cameron Boozer things and tying the game at 9.
If Duke is not going to shoot well, they're going to rebound great. They are the best offensive rebounding team in the ACC.
Cock and fire three from the right wing for Freeman. Again, a good look, just a miss for the sophomore. Blue Devils quickly in the front court, three right wing. It misses, but another offensive rebound as it trickles out to midcourt into the hands of Boozer. A fresh 30 seconds. As they'll say, Syracuse had possession, I guess. Shot on the drive, straight on drive by Caden Boozer. He's the younger brother of Cameron. He's much smaller, a 6'4 freshman guard also out of Miami.
But he's 6'4", he's stocky. Excellent passer, very good on-ball defender. He makes them run.
At 12 points in the win against Clemson the other day. Ball comes down low and blocked from behind, but fouled is William Kyle. And Kyle will go to the free throw line with Syracuse trailing by a deuce, 11-9. Now William Kyle is going to have his work cut out for him. He's out of Bellevue, Nebraska. Bounced around a little bit. Was at UCLA, but didn't play much for the Bruins. But he has been a focal point for Syracuse in two things: protecting that rim and grabbing rebounds. The free throw, that is one of the ugliest looking forms I've ever seen. He's 50% at the line, and you can see why, or in case In our case, you can hear why. Let me describe it. It's a sideway rotation coming off of two hands.
But he is the anchor of the defense and coming off massive 16 rebounds against California.
Neither one of those had a chance. 2 bricks, so an empty trip at the line. Duke with the basketball up 2. 11-9 our score. A little over 12 minutes remaining first half.
Boozer is out right now for Duke. Does Syracuse do anything different defensively? Now you don't have to double.
And much smaller now, and almost a steal by the Cuse, and then a foul. That is a great play by Nathan George, who jumped the passing lane, much like a defensive back in football, got the steal, and then drew the foul. Syracuse basketball.
I love the football analogy.
Yes.
Because Syracuse is denying on the wings. They're pressuring the ball. Their man-to-man defense is putting a lot of pressure on Duke. Duke has crashed the offensive boards to this point, and they've drove the ball to the basket. That's why the paint points are winning the game right now for Duke.
When you think of the Orange, how about a two-way star? Donovan McNabb played basketball back in the day when he wasn't playing quarterback for Syracuse.
I remember those were Adrian Autry days.
That's right. Ball at the top of the floor, a little weave action up top. George stops right wing, alley-oop pass down low, shot is missed, and out of bounds. It will remain Syracuse basketball. They were trying to hit Akir Soare, the 6'9 sophomore out of Guinea. And that'll bring us to a media timeout with 11:49 to go in the first half. The kind of pace that Syracuse would like against the number 3 team in the land. Duke 11, Syracuse 9. You're listening to Elite Media Network, your home for NCAA basketball.
I love watching my child grow through football, learning values and life skills that extend beyond the playing field. Now, there are more ways to play than ever before, from flag to tackle and beyond, with opportunities for boys and girls at any age. To find the right team, explore FutureForFootball.com's new league locator tool and explore nearby leagues. It's never been easier to get your family involved in the game.
Hey guys, it's Brandon Jameson with Nest Wild Mattress in Tupelo, Mississippi. Look, we get it. Mattress shopping is the worst. It's really confusing. There's a lot of options, and it's really hard to know what you're getting and what you need. That's why at Nest Wild, we only offer 2 options. So one thing that's common between both is they both ship quickly to your doorstep. They're 100% made in the USA. They're safe, fiberglass free, and you have a 99 night trial. This is a sleep-in bed, perfect for back and side sleepers. It's more of a medium leaning flush. It's great for shoulder, hip pains, more conforming.
The original foam is a bed that you sleep on. It's a medium, leans to firm. It's the universal bed. Stomach sleeper, back sleeper, side sleeper, works for you all. Lower back pain, hip issues. This bed's going to help give that extra push. Make sure you're not hammocking, sinking down.
So guys, hope that helped break it down and make it even more simple for you. Remember, you're not going to beat the quality. You're not going to beat the price. Come shop with us at nestandwild.com.
Yeah, what he said.
The best games, the best teams, the best coverage. That's what Elite Media Network is all about. Join us for our college basketball game of the week. No matter where you are, we are there. Heard crystal clear on Elite Media Network stations and on iHeartRadio and TuneIn apps, as well as our website, EliteMediaNetwork.com. Game on.
Back with you here at Cameron Indoor. It's Duke on top of Syracuse, 11-9 with 11:49 to play, alongside Paul Biancardi. I am Mike Morgan. 11 points for Duke, Paul. Syracuse has actually defended them well on the initial shot. It's those second chance points killing the Orange.
That's the problem. The shot goes up. Syracuse doesn't block out. Duke does a great job of attacking the glass. Really important stat here, Mike. They are the best offensive rebounding team in the ACC. They get 42%. 42% of their misses. That's outstanding.
Outstanding indeed. And the guy we haven't talked about a ton yet because he's been quiet is Cameron Boozer. He does have 4 points and 5 rebounds. That's not a bad quiet day at the office, but if he catches fire, look out. He's one of the few players in the country who leads his team in scoring, rebounding, assists, and steals. He's had 4 30-point games already. He leads the ACC in points and rebounding. I don't know if you could do much more. We've seen some terrific freshmen this year in college basketball. No one's been more productive than number 12 in white, who will stay on the bench here as Syracuse misses the shot. Rebound is cleared by Duke. Blue Devils up by 2 with the basketball. Up top is Caden Boozer. Leaves it off to Sarr. Sarr driving, blocked at the rim, but a foul. So free throws upcoming. I beg your pardon, that's Malik Brown, who actually played 2 years for Syracuse. Malik Brown gives them so much defensive energy. Offensively, averages just under 5 points a game, and at the free throw line, not particularly strong, just 50%. At a Culpeper, Virginia. First free throw is up and in for number 6 in white, Malik Brown. He was all ACC defensive team when he played for the Orange. John Shire, the head coach of Duke, describes him as a, quote, defensive menace. And he knocks down a pair, and the lead swells to 4 for Duke.
Brown is always willing to do the dirty work inside. Low post defense, rebound, block out, block shots.
Soiree stays in the game for Syracuse, sets a ball screen, using it on the left side, now weaving himself into the lane. That's Anthony. Anthony, the son of Carmelo, who's in attendance, but Anthony can't finish. Duke quickly down the other end. Ball comes inside, drive and kick. And now back up top on the right wing into the hands of Gungba. Gungba looking for a guard. Gets one off a curl. That is Caden Boozer. Now straight away, Evans. Evans in the paint. Evans, 2 pump fakes. Then the third one is up and in. Plus the foul. A 3-point opportunity for Isaiah Evans.
Mike, he was so clever when he picked up his dribble. Freshman might have shot it early. A little bit older right now, the sophomore. Keeps his dribble alive. 1, 2, couple of pump fakes, and he got the 3-point play.
Usually 1 pump fake is all you can squeeze in there in the lane. He put 2 on Tyler Betsy and then gets 3 the hard way, and Duke has its largest lead now, 16-9 with 10:45 to play in the first half. Syracuse going to our left. Again, the Orange in orange, Duke in the home white uniforms. Amenya guarding the left wing. That's George with the basketball. George lines up, creates space for a 3, and splashes one home. Nathan George, who shoots 31% from downtown, makes it 16-12 Duke.
He has been terrific for the Orange.
Averaging over 6 assists per game. He's been dropping dimes on the regular for Syracuse, and then a foul on the other end that will go against the Orange.
Yeah, Nathan George, 16 assists in his last 2 games. He makes everyone better. He is great at throwing the lob. One of the best lob assist guys in the ACC.
Ball into the right corner, Gungba. Gungba muscling his way into the paint. Looking to go over the left shoulder, missed the hook shot. Syracuse does a good job boxing out, so just a 1-shot possession as we reach the 10-minute mark. Duke on top, 16-12. Here come the Orange. Drilling up top, George. George goes right wing, nothing there. Drive and a little floater off the mark, and a miss that time for the Orange. Not a bad look for White, but a miss nonetheless.
Shot selection has been outstanding for Syracuse.
Great action for Duke, leads to the layup. Cutting left to right in the lane was Hamenya, the freshman. Got the basketball with a ton of momentum and then lays it in to make it 18-12 Duke.
Duke has 14 points in the paint of their 18.
That's a bad recipe for the Orange.
The other 4 come from free throws. They have not made a 3.
George left wing, hounded by Caden Boozer. Looking for a screen, drifting to the right side, goes right baseline. No shot attempt by Soiree. Now left wing, desperation 3. Too strong by Kings, but an offensive rebound. They work it around the horn. Right wing 3 is no good. And there for the rebound is Isaiah Evans at the free throw line.
Another wide open look by Syracuse. That time, Kyan Anthony.
They're getting good looks, but just 2 for 8 from downtown. Kyan Anthony played really well in the win against SMU at 18 points off the bench. Ball left wing. 3 is is knocked down. A beautiful triple for Isaiah Evans. He shoots him at a 37% clip. Coach Autry and Syracuse won a timeout with 8:40 to go first half, and Duke leading it 21-12. That is one guy you do not want to let heat up, and Isaiah Evans, Paul, he is a guy that has been hot from three over the last two games. He's hit 9 out of 15.
Has 62 threes coming into this game, a dangerous shooting sophomore. He's made a living in high school, a top 10 prospect in the country. You can see why, 6'9", excellent shooter. But this guy shoots it with no conscience at all about missing. It's always about the next shot for him.
Right. Shot a team best 42% from behind the arc. Last season, he has been a double-figure scorer in every ACC game this year, averaging 17 points a game in conference play. Obviously, everybody knows about Cameron Boozer, but he's got some help. Isaiah Evans has really been kind of the Robin to Batman so far for Duke this season. All right, the timeout. What's the message there for Syracuse? What do they got to do better?
They have to continue. Well, they have to get some buckets. They're getting open looks. What's their conversion rate? They're shooting 29%. So the looks are good, but the conversion is not.
Anthony's still in the game, number 7 in orange, just like his old man wore with the New York Knicks. Straightaway three, another good look, but another miss. Betsy couldn't buy one. He's their best three-point shooter.
Great set coming out of the timeout by Red Autry.
Betsy, 47% in league play, 39% overall. Caden Boozer driving right side, whips it over left wing to Evans, now back up top. They fake the handoff, does Brown. Brown looking for a teammate, finds Boozer. That's Cameron Boozer, probing the left side, nothing there. Shot clock at 5, now he's carving up space in the paint. Pump fake, pivot, and then he walked, yes. Great defense by William Kyle, number 42 in orange. He was a brick wall for Cameron Boozer.
He held his ground. He didn't give up any inches as Boozer tried to muscle his way to the rack.
7:55 to go first half. Duke on top 21-12. A quick timeout here in Durham. It's NCAA basketball on Elite Media Network.
Hey guys, it's Brandon Jameson
Gotta
from
hit some
Wild
shots.
Mattress in Tupelo, Mississippi. Look, we get
Well,
it.
you can't
Mattress
control
shopping
that.
is the
They
worst.
could control
it's really
the
confusing. There's a lot of
selection, which they
options.
have.
It's really
Autry's
hard to
coached
know
a
what
heck
you're
of a
getting
game.
and what you need.
Selection, the
That's
defense.
Why at Nestor Wild, we only offer 2 options. So one thing that's common between both is they both ship quickly to your doorstep. They're 100% made in the USA. They're safe, fiberglass free, and you have a 99 night trial. This is a sleep-in bed, perfect for back and side sleepers. It's more of a medium leaning flush. It's great for shoulder, hip pains, more conforming.
The original foam is a bed that you sleep on. It's a medium, leans to firm. It's the universal bed. Stomach sleeper, back sleeper, side sleeper, works for you all. Lower back pain, hip issues. This bed's going to help give that extra push. Make sure you're not hammocking, sinking down.
So guys, hope that helped break it down and make it even more simple for you. Remember, you're not going to beat the quality. You're not going to beat the price. Come shop with us at nestonwild.com.
Yeah, what he said.
Stay up to date with Elite Media Network by following us on Instagram. In-game highlights, previews, updated news from college football, behind-the-scenes photos, and more. Follow us at Elite Media Sports.
I love watching my child grow through football, learning values and life skills that extend beyond the playing field. Now, there are more ways to play than ever before, from flag to tackle and beyond, with opportunities for boys and girls at any age. To find the right team, explore futurefootball.com's new league locator tool and explore nearby leagues. It's never been easier to get your family involved in the game.
Stay up to date with Elite Media Network by following us on X, the app formerly known as Twitter. In-game highlights, direct links to live games, behind-the-scenes photos, and more. Follow at Elite Media Sport.
Welcome back into the Elite Media Network studio. Our score, Duke 21 and Syracuse 12. On this President's Day, let's take a look at some earlier action that has concluded from around the country. In the Sun Belt, Old Dominion gets over Louisiana 83-72. In the Southland Conference, East Texas A&M beat Southeast Louisiana 70-53. And in the MEAC, Coppin State got over South Carolina State by the score of 59-57. Duke is currently on a 14-3 run over the last 5 minutes and 25 seconds, and Syracuse's scoring drought now at 2.5 minutes. Back to Mike and Paul.
Brian, thank you so much. Brian Dancel back in our studios in California today. Elite Media Network, we are everywhere. We invite you to tune us in over our many affiliates across the country, our station Elite Media Network on TuneIn and iHeart, and our YouTube channel if you want to see our smiling faces, including the impeccable hair of one Paul Biancardi. Cameron Boozer right now on the midseason top 20 freshman list, along with Darius Acuff. I just had him the other day, Paul. He continues to just amaze me at Arkansas. We already saw DeBonza here on Elite Media. We saw Peterson. He actually played in the game we did. What a year for freshmen.
And Kingston Flemings tonight against Iowa State.
Flemings from Houston. Rebound Boozer. Run out. Slam City. Dame Sarr beat everybody down the floor. Got the great outlet from Boozer and thunders it home to give Duke an 11-point lead.
That's an outlet like Kevin Love.
Yes. 23-12 Blue Devils. Syracuse up top. They've been struggling from the field, particularly from behind the arc. Freeman pulls the trigger, another miss. They're now 2 for 10 from downtown. Duke quickly into front court. It's Evans and a whistle away from the ball. And it will be against Syracuse.
Mike, when I watched Cameron Boozer in high school, I saw that outlet pass. Kevin Love, maybe Bill Walton, Wes Unseld, guys that could really throw an outlet pass.
It's such a weapon if you've got a guy who can do it and help lead the break. It's the most important pass of a possession if you're going to get those easy buckets in transition. Alley-oop Boozer and a steal. Leaping and grabbing it was Kyle. And all the way, Kyle finger roll and an and one for William Kyle. Well, he's come to play. That is 3 blocks already for the 6'9 senior, and he's got a chance for a 3-point play with Duke leading it now 23-14, 6:58 to go.
Now, he's the anchor. He's the guy who protects the rim, the glass. An elite shot blocker, a finisher, but when it comes to the free throw line, not so good.
This was hard to watch, the first 2 free throws. Here comes the third, and no chance. It is just herky-jerky. Hard to even explain how broken it is.
The elbow is way out.
Wait, they teach you to keep your elbow in.
Like his elbow's almost hitting us.
It's like a 90-degree angle. Drive and a slam by Isaiah Evans. He just put it on the floor, got in the lane, and saw nobody, a parting of the Red Sea, and it's 25-14. Evans now with 9.
No matter what happens, Syracuse must continue to run offense and try to get good looks. Don't go one-on-one and do not play hero basketball.
Starling, right wing, goes back up top. Cocking and firing and hitting the 3. That's the guy you want taking him to. Nate Kings, number 4 in orange. 41% from downtown. He went from D2 to JUCO to Oregon State and now the Cuse. 25-17. Boozer responding with a splash 3 of his own. Cameron Boozer shoots him at 39%, and Duke is back up 11, 28-17. And then a turnover. Bad pass by Freeman. Here comes Duke. Secondary break. Right wing 3. Missed it. And a good rebound for the Orange as Evans a little bit short on the triple. Here come the Cuse in front court. George going back to Kyle. Kyle, left elbow. Tried to feed the post in a kick basketball. That'll be on Gungba.
Mike, Duke is a top 3 defensive team in the country. So how do you not turn it over and get good looks? Your spacing has to be good. Orange shirts need to stay away from each other to spread out Duke a little bit more. Syracuse only right now with 2 turnovers. That is very good, but you don't turn it over if you have good spacing.
Orange will trigger it in, baseline right. Gets it to Kyle, gets it back left wing. Couple of dribbles, back to Kyle on the 2-man game. Kyle in the lane, tries to dunk it home, right on Gungba, missed it. And now Duke trying to make a pay on the other end. Full throttle on the attack was Sarr, and he is fouled on the layup attempt. I'm not sure what William Kyle was thinking because he took off from about 12 feet with a Duke defender in Patrick Gungba, who's 6'11", right in his face. That's a pretty tough task.
And Gungba has about 20 to 30 pounds on William Kyle III.
If you're trying to posterize Patrick Gungba, good luck. And he is a massive guy patrolling the paint with the Duke Blue Devils.
But I think that Kyle had nasty intentions.
Yes, he did.
When he went for that dunk.
Now, this is the weakness of Sarr's game. Free throw shooting just 55% on the year. Dame Sarr out of Italy. Started 9 of the last 10 games after coming off the bench at the beginning of the year. Number 7 in white triggers the second and missed both of them. Syracuse cradling the rebound is Betsy. Here come the Cuse trying to pull back to within single digits. 5 minutes, 15 seconds remaining first half. Kings, right wing extended, puts it on the deck, drives into the lane, stops 12 feet out, goes left corner. George cut off at the baseline. George having all kinds of trouble. Shot clock at 8. Crowd comes alive here in Durham. 5 on the shot clock. At the top, crossover, pull up 3, rattles out, offensive rebound, and a slam! Two-hand thunderous dunk by William Kyle, who's playing one of the best games of the season for the Cuse, and it's 28-19 Duke.
He's bringing a lot of energy right now to Syracuse when they can't score.
6 points for Kyle. Inside, Duke, they work it around the horn. Great ball movement up top, Foster 3, an air ball, and out of bounds to Syracuse. Wow, Caleb Foster, a 39% three-point shooter, missed everything.
If Duke has a weakness, it's their three-point shooting.
Yeah.
Only makes 7.5 per game. Now they can get on a run. Cameron Boozer can make threes. We know Isaiah Evans is a great three-point shooter. Foster more than capable.
Duke 13th in the league in three-point shooting. 28-19, Blue Devils on top. 4:19 to go. George lost his footing, then fires up a step-back 3 and hits. A big report, and that is Nate Kings. He is a three-point assassin. 41% on the year. His last 5 games, he's averaging 18 points a game. He's got 8 for the Cuse. It's 28-22. 4 minutes remaining in the first half. Ball comes inside. It's Boozer wheeling, dealing, and a foul on the shot attempt. Boozer wants the goaltend as well. He will not get it, but Cameron Boozer will get a pair of free throws.
Beside the touch of Cameron Boozer, soft touch inside, deep touch on the outside. His footwork is impeccable for his size at 6'9", 240 pounds. He can spin to the left, he can go to the right. Whichever way he's going to go, he's going to get there.
6'9", 250, and agile, and he'll show that agility at the free throw line when we come back. 3:56 to go. Opening half at Cameron Indoor, 28-22. Duke leads it. You're listening to Elite Media Network, your home for NCAA basketball.
Palm Casual Patio Furniture is ready to give the outdoor game day viewing space at your home the attention it needs. We are the factory. In business since 1979, our 30-day trial period assures customers they are getting the guarantees they deserve. Find us across the Southeast in Florida, Georgia, and the Carolinas, and be sure to visit palmcasual.com for our full catalog and to contact a store near you. Palm Casual Patio Furniture. palmcasual.com.
I love watching my child grow through football, learning values and life skills that extend beyond the playing field. Now, there are more ways to play than ever before, from flag to tackle and beyond, with opportunities for boys and girls at any age. To find the right team, explore FutureForFootball.com's new League Locator tool and explore nearby leagues. It's never been easier to get your family involved in the game.
Are you looking to make an indelible impression on your guests with an extraordinary dining experience? Then choose Chef William Turner, whose culinary mastery and unique style will take your taste buds on a journey through Southern country roots, West African, native, and French cuisine. Make your mouth water. Visit ChefWilliamTurner.com. ChefWilliamTurner.com, a nationally recognized traveling chef. Chef William Turner, not just great, extraordinary.
The best games, the best teams, the best coverage. That's what Elite Media Network is all about. Join us for our college basketball game of the week. No matter where you are, we are there. Heard crystal clear on Elite Media Network stations and on iHeartRadio and TuneIn apps, as well as our website, EliteMediaNetwork.com. Game on.
Promo code Mike Morgan, 20% off. Come on. I get nothing for that.
Well, Syracuse doing a really good job.
Back with you here at Cameron Indoor on the campus of Duke University, where they have won 29 consecutive college basketball games, trying to make it 30. Won't be easy against a scrappy Syracuse team who's riding a 2-game winning streak and playing much better basketball. 28-22 our score. Blue Devils in the lead. 3:56 to go first half. And all things being equal here, Paul, if you're Coach Autry in Syracuse, you got to be pleased, only down 6.
You love the pace and the tempo of the game. Now they have to manage the last 4 minutes. Can't have any live ball turnovers, which they haven't in this game, or they haven't had any that were foul line extended. They had a couple down deep. Manage the last 4 minutes of this half and then understand what you have to do in the second half. Make the adjustments. Not many adjustments, Mike. Just make some shots.
Yes.
They'll be better off.
Is 4 for 13 from downtown as Boozer sinks the first free throw. He's 77% at the line. Think about this. He's 39 from 3 as a big guy who dominates down low,